Welcome to the University of Montevallo's 126th Founders Day celebration.
And for those who are students here, you may not see it now, but the moments you are experiencing here at Montevallo will shape the rest of your life.
This week on Vallo Vision News, celebrating the senior class, we've got a full recap on this year's Founders Day events.
And Olympic gold medalist visits campus to deliver a captivating message. Vallo Vision News starts right now. Hello and welcome to Vallo Vision News. I'm Sydney Young.
And I'm Angel Saris. Thanks so much for watching. The University of Montevallo celebrated its 126th birthday at last week's Founders Day ceremony.
Vallo Vision News reporter Atsidi Chavez joins us in the studio with a recap of last Thursday's ceremony. Atsidi?
UM holds Founders Day each October to celebrate the university's original opening date, October 12, 1896. Founders Day is now a special day to recognize all seniors and to celebrate faculty and staff's accomplishments. After being held entirely outside last year because of the pandemic, this year's ceremony was back to normal with a procession from Main Quad into Palmer Auditorium. In a long-standing tradition, Dr. Stewart recognized the students who found the crook, which was hidden this year at the Center for the Arts. Dean Roth Truss then led the seniors in the class pledge before they officially put on their graduation gown for the first time. 2002 UM graduate Black Hudson delivered this year's keynote address. Hudson is now the Dean of the Cumberland School of Law at Stanford University. He spoke about the impact UM made on his life and how he remains involved with the university.
The moments I experienced at Montevallo developed such a deep love in my heart for this place that I continue to be involved. In 2011, I was fortunate to begin teaching environmental law-related coursework during May term. I've since shifted to doing that online during the summer, but I'm so proud that Montevallo now has an environmental studies program led by the amazing Susan Kaplow. It provides students with a chance to be exposed to a field that I was unable to access even during my time at Montevallo. So the Montevallo moments keep getting better.
Founders Day is often the unofficial beginning of the end for the seniors class as they look ahead to graduation. For elementary education major Justin McMahon, this year's Founders Day was a memorable Montevallo moment.
Today's ceremony was incredible. I got to see a lot of my favorite professors here being honored today. Such an incredible ceremony, absolutely beautiful.
Several faculty members were also recognized their outstanding achievement at UM. To see their awards presentation and to rewatch the entire Founders Day ceremony, check out Mass Communication Program's YouTube channel, Montevallo for You. Reporting live in the studio, I'm Atsidi Chavez. Back to you.
Thanks, Atsidi. The university also used this year's Founders Day to pay tribute to longtime UM postal carrier Charles Webb Jr.
1, 2, 3. Cut.
The UM post office is now named after Webb. Charlie, as he was known around campus, delivered mail to every UM building from 1941 to 1977. At Thursday's dedication ceremony, many people recalled Charlie's good sense of humor and dedication to his work.
One of the things that struck me in our research was that it was stated that he always had a smile on his face. And I love that about people. When you can smile and you enjoy your job, that's a great thing. And he was always on time. Over 35 years, always on time.
You can visit the Charles Webb Jr. Post Office in Farmer Hall.
Founders Day finished with a visit from Olympic gold medalist Vanetta Flowers.
Please join me in a warm welcome to the one and only Vanetta Flowers.
She was this year's featured guest speaker at the Dr. Wilson Fallon Jr. Lecture Series. The event took place in the Center for the Arts. UM students, faculty, and staff came out to hear her powerful message.
I'm here to leave you with one special message. Everyone needs a push. You may be struggling in school, in a difficult relationship, or on the verge of just giving up. My suggestion to you is that you fight through the pain. Surround yourself with people that won't let you quit.
Flowers became the first black athlete from any country to win gold in a Winter Olympics when she competed in the women's bobsled in 2002.
Remember, there's always more news 24/7 on our social media pages. Just search for Vallo Vision News on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more stories throughout the week. Highlights from this year's College Night Review up next.
Plus, the university's theater department has put together a virtual reality show that may take you out of your seat. We'll be right back.
The 2022 College Night Review Once Upon a College Night took place on Friday.
Vallo Vision News reporter Esclavan Pruitt joins us in the studio with a look. Esclavan?
This year's review was a mashup of old college night classics performed by alumni from both purple and gold sides. Palmer Auditorium once again served as the backdrop for a college night performance, but this one was a bit different than usual. It had all of the pre-show excitement of a sweet Saturday for both sides doing cheers and even circling up. But it turned out to be far more about unity and the love of the tradition, with side spirit and passion on full display. Sophomore Gold member Cole Brighthead loved the collaboration between the two sides.
It's nice to see all of the different types of alumni that come around, and even though that we're on opposing sides, it's good to see how both sides can come together to create a review of everything that's honorable about the college night history.
This event was made possible by the College Night Endowment Fund. Reporting in studio, I'm Esclavan Pruitt. Back to you, Sydney.
Thanks, Esclavan. Folks around campus are still talking about theater's recent production of Ugly Lies the Bone. The 5-person play was about a burned war victim that returns home to deal with broken relationships and PTSD. The virtual reality projections were able to push the limits with joint efforts from director Bart Pitchford and mass communication assistant professor Dr. Stephanie Dean. If you missed Ugly Lies the Bone, make sure to catch the theater's department's next production, Punk Rock Girl, later this semester.
The Brothers of UM's Lambda Chi Alpha chapter are taking on an issue that plagues Greek life at universities across the country: hazing. The members have launched a social media campaign to raise awareness about hazing. They are shooting short comedy sketches that will be posted on their Instagram page.
We want to be the voice of change for it because I feel like it's often overlooked. People just hear about kids being hazed when they go to college and they're just like, oh, that's just what happens when you join a fraternity in college. But I think there's a future out there where you can join a fraternity and not have to be bullied.
The skit features a character called Big Cat who prevents the action of hazing. According to StopHazing.org, 44 states have anti-hazing laws, including Alabama.
Good news for students who like to stay up late to study.
Attention, Carmichael Library will be closing in 15 minutes.
Although the top 2 floors of the library still close at midnight, the bottom floor will now remain open to students 24 hours a day each week from Sunday through Wednesday. The schedule change is welcome news to night owls who don't want to study in their dorm room.
I have the problem of associating sleep from study, so I have to go elsewhere, and I find that kind of late at night, this is kind of the place to go because it's quiet and not really anybody bothers you, so.
Students must bring their UMID to access the bottom floor of the library after midnight. Late night access is only available to UM students. Still ahead on Vallo Vision News, take a look at the Montevallo Fire Department's 48th Annual Fire Prevention Parade.
Plus, UM's campus bookstore has a new look. We'll be right back.
The Montevallo Fire and Rescue Service held its 48th Annual Fire Prevention Parade last weekend.
The parade marked the start of National Fire Prevention Week. 2022 marks 100 years of National Fire Prevention Week. In addition to a major milestone nationally, this year is also a special one for Montevallo firefighters.
Flashing lights and sirens. But these first responders aren't racing to the scene of a fire. Instead, they're rolling down Main Street to spread awareness for National Fire Prevention Week. which is held in remembrance of the Great Chicago Fire of 1871. For 100 years, firefighters across the country have observed National Fire Prevention Week, but 2022 is extra special for Montevallo's own first responders.
This year it's a big thing because our department is celebrating 95 years. We were established in 1927.
Fire trucks and apparatuses from surrounding towns were in the parade, including Little Red, which is the oldest engine the MFRS owns. Little Red came around in 1938 and, though not used anymore, if needed, the truck is still in working condition. Getting to see all the fire engines isn't the only exciting thing about the parade. You can also get candy. Yeah! After the parade, the event moved to Orr Park, where there was fun for the whole family, including a helicopter from the Shelby County Sheriff's Office. The Alabama Fire College was also there with a mobile prop that they used to simulate fires for training and certification. Propane tanks are used and can control how big and hot the flames are and how much smoke there is.
Now, how do they get these fires simulated? Well, with this handheld device right here. Just put your finger on the back end while you got a fire, but need an emergency stop, pull your finger off, and that fire is smoke.
The theme of this year's Fire Prevention Week is Fire Won't Wait, Plan Your Escape. So the Fire College and the Fire Service is encouraging people to practice their escape plan with everybody in their home, including those with disabilities.
Fire officials encourage everyone to start checking their fire alarms and batteries once the time changes, or every 6 months.
National Fire Prevention Week runs through October 15th.
For more resources to help protect you and your loved ones in the event of a fire, visit nfpa.org. UM's campus bookstore got a new name earlier this year, and it finally has a new look to go along with it. The bookstore, now known as Freddy's Books and More, unveiled its new sign earlier this month. Although the store was renamed several months ago, it took a while for the new sign to be designed and installed because it needed to meet the city's guidelines for signs on Main Street. Store manager Dan Fitz is excited about the new look.
I actually love the sign. You know, it's just a rebranding. You know, Freddy, as everybody knows, or should know, is the university mascot. So we're happy to have something on the front of the building that has Freddy's attached to it.
You can visit Freddy's Books and More on Main Street Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Remember, there's always more news from our team of reporters on our website. Visit vallovisionnews.wordpress.com to see more stories from UM throughout the week. And that's all the time we have for today's show.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in to Vallo Vision News again next week.